What's up, you guys? So in this episode, we're gonna be painting the door jambs. I'm gonna show you guys the way that I do it. I'm not gonna spray it with the spray gun. I'm actually gonna spray it with those Proval sprayers that I normally use, just so that way I don't have to like tape off everything, and it'll help me get into the tight spots a lot easier. So right now we're gonna go ahead and strip the door panels, take everything off. That way we can spray everything really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on that right now. So I'm gonna start stripping everything off the car. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the sensor here. It's pretty simple. You just take your Phillips screwdriver and it comes right off. Just like this. Pops right off like that. I'll leave the screw down there. There's a little tab you push here. I just like to use my screwdriver. It's a lot easier. Throw that in there. Just so I don't lose this small plug here, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it with tape. This, I'm gonna shove it back in the hole. Like that. I'm gonna leave the excess hanging like that. That way I can just pull the plug straight out to go ahead and reinstall the sensor. Next, I'm gonna pull this latch off. T40 bit, that'll take off the latch. Now for the weather stripping around the door, I'm just gonna take off about up to here because I already painted the rest of it. So you pretty much stick your fingers, there's gonna be these little push tabs here. You stick your fingers underneath and you just pop them out like that. Just like that. Pull it up slightly. It is glued on a little, so be careful. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and pull off this kick panel here. So you pretty much stick your hand around and just pull it up and it'll come off. All right, next I'm gonna pull off this inside kick panel. It's pretty much the same process. You just run your hand along and pull up and it'll come off. Careful not to break it. And you pull up the weather stripping like that. Next, we're gonna go ahead and remove the door panel. You guys seen this process before, so I'm not gonna show it. Up. So, to remove these, you pretty much, you see, it goes like this. You pop it out of the hole there. This one, you pop it out of this little socket right here. And then you put the wire through the opening and it'll come right out. Now these are a little tricky because the ones around here have these little tabs, but when you pull it, it'll come right off of the door. But the tabs will stay inside. So if you see these blue clips here, that holds in this weather stripping that goes along the door. If you see that the way that they're held in place, it's by a little, it's by that little blue tab, and it's just in a small hole. So when you pull it, if you can see, it pops out of the rubber, just like that. So it's very hard to take these things out and they break very often. So I just pull them off just like that. So then when I want to reinstall it, I just pop one end in, and I stretch it up, and I push it in, and it goes. Alright, so I'm actually going to be taking off the side view mirror as well. So after you take off that little side speaker here panel, there's only 3 10mm bolts, which feed the wire through and it's out. Alright, so I'm going to be painting the door jambs, but I still want to keep these stickers like this. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some masking tape right over the top and cut them out. That way after I'm done painting, I can peel off the stickers and it'll still give that OEM look. So let's go ahead and tape these off. Alright, so if you guys can see, the door jamb is actually pretty dirty, especially where the kick panel thing was on the side here, the step panel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my shimmy, I'm gonna wipe it down, just to get rid of most of the dirt buildup that's here. It's mostly dust, so it comes off pretty good. I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe all the door jambs down really quickly to get off any excess dirt. Then I'm gonna go ahead and wet sand it with 800 grit sandpaper. Hey guys, so right here I have my 800 grit wet sandpaper. I have a bottle of soap and water here. You're pretty much just gonna spray it on top of the car. Sorry, baby. Spray a little bit on top of your sandpaper. Now normally you would use a block, but I'm just gonna use my hand because it's just a door jamb. So you pretty much want to scuff all the surfaces that you're gonna paint. That way the paint has something good to bite onto, and that it won't start peeling. So I'm just gonna go ahead on all the surfaces over here. Alright, so this is the last step before I paint. I'm pretty much just gonna take my reducer that I'm gonna use as like a wax and grease remover, and then I'm gonna have a microfiber. I'm just gonna put a little bit just like that on the rag. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe everything down. Ready to spray right now. Now this pearl requires me to add down a black base before I actually spray the pearl. So I'm pretty much gonna use black spray paint. Yes, I'll be using black spray paint. It doesn't really matter to me because it's not gonna be like out in the sunlight all the time or whatever, because it's gonna be, like I said, the door jambs. So I feel like this application is all right to use spray paint. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shake up the can and go with light coats. So in here I have the JC60 Shopline Clear, which I believe is like a super cheap PPG line clear. The hardener, I have a little bit of reducer, and then I just put a little bit of pearl, which goes a long way, especially for this amount right here, because one of those 25mm grams can do half a gallon. So I just put a little dash inside here, which as you can see is really enough. So we're gonna go ahead and start shooting this right now. Alright guys, so it's the next morning. I pretty much just let the car dry overnight. As you can see, I think it came out pretty nice. I already peeled off the sticker, or the tape for the sticker. Come in here, the door jambs are painted, including underneath here, including under here. Yeah, so right now I'm pretty much just gonna take all the parts that I have here and reinstall them, so that way this door is completely done. I already did the other side. If you guys seen on my Snapchat, make sure you follow my Snapchat. You guys will see early previews of what's to come. So yeah, link is always at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and put this car back together now. there. I did do a little mistake. I didn't spray enough here, if you can see. But it's no big deal. I'll probably just spray that black so that way you can't really tell. But for the most part, I like the outcome of it. It's pretty good. See in there again. This is all dust. But yeah. Alright, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you stay tuned because I'll be painting the car very soon and I will be showing you guys how to do that as well. Keep in mind I'm not a professional. This is just what I do as a hobby. It works for me, like I said. If you guys have different ways to do it, great, but this is the way that I do it and it works for me. So try to keep all the comments positive. I don't want any negative comments. If you do drop negative comments, you will be blocked and your comment will be removed. So keep that in mind. Thank you guys so much for being supportive of me. I really appreciate it. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions, and I'll see you guys next week, alright? Peace out.